This one's been on my list for a while. We had this guy in and we interviewed him, but I didn't want to interview a comic to somebody's face. My wife said you shouldn't do that, whether you like it or dislike it or whatever. And I go, I really can't remember Siskel and Ebert bringing in a movie director and slamming a movie or whatever to their face. It's just not a thing you do, I guess.
See, that's the kind of thing I would insist that you do then. Just because it is so wrong. I mean, you could do that to somebody like me. Because,
Let's talk about Cyberfrog for a second, Larry. I know I could do it to you, but this was no doubt, my most controversial interview of all time.
No doubt.
I caught heat from everyone except Larry.
Yeah,
Larry's
I knew what you were doing.
Larry's like, "What? You want to talk to a dude? Oh, okay, that's a problem to be like what?" So anyway,
the internet, man.
He sent me this book. It came with some ash cans. It came with some stickers.
Speak the devil's name, man. You got to tell people about it in case every episode is somebody's first episode, right?
Oh, we will. Yeah, no, we're talking about Cyberfrog. We're talking about Ethan Van Sciver's Cyberfrog.
Ethan Van Sciver.
We had he came in and we talked to him. It was a little controversial. Nobody really liked the interview. I enjoyed it. I had fun. But anyway, the guy sent me this stuff, and I figured that we could. The least I'm going to do is talk about it. Now, I'm going to try to be honest about it. Like, this is not for me. Like a lot of comics, I read a lot of comics. They're not all for me. Larry, you're the king of things are not for everybody, right?
Right. And even stuff that has wide commercial appeal, the person might not be ready yet. I was telling Walker about this, my son Walker, that Matt Wagner, like super cool guy, one of my favorite people in comics. He when he first did that Grendel Kamiko Presents thing with the first appearance of Grendel, that was not very good art. But the story was phenomenal, and it was only a story that one person could tell. And it was so good that you kind of like the audience spotted like, well, I know what this guy is doing here, and I'm going to read it, even though it's not the kind of quality you expect at this point. And then he became, spectacular all-time, Hall of Fame guy. But sometimes stuff just isn't for you. What are you going to do? You shouldn't apologize. Shouldn't apologize for that.
I'm just saying it's aiming at a type of comic reader maybe that I don't read anymore. Also, there are a lot of things that were meant to appeal to things that are exactly the opposite of what I like. like literally, if you're gonna design a thing, I wished he had sent me the non-hollow foil cover. This is the sought after thing, but I hate them.
I'm with you. You don't need the bells and whistles if you got a good comic.
The other cover is quite a nice drawing of the other character, the Salamandroid. I was kind of hoping for that. It's a cool picture. He also sent these mini comics of the early works. These are like ash can editions, I guess, of the old Cyberfrog comics that came out in the 90s for some backstory. But honestly, if you're reading a comic, you shouldn't have to have read a bunch of backstory. So I tried not to focus on those. I wanted to focus on the comic. Okay, you open it up. Besides the holofoil cover, what I do like is on the inside, there's an autograph section, like we were talking about on the other one, right? Smart move. Smart commercial move. And I want to say, this is supposedly, he told me this thing goes for $100 or something on eBay.
What? That's awesome.
Supposedly. If anybody wants it, they can I'm going to autograph it right now.
I kind of don't doubt it, right? There's a collector who this stuff appeals to, right?
Thanks for watching.
I don't doubt this is going for $100. I'll give you $100 for that one.
Sold, Larry. I might put it up for auction. That's the first offer right there. Okay.
The one you're defacing.
No, I'm autographing it. This is the official. If you are an Ethan fan, you watched our interview for sure, and you know what a soy boy cuck I am and whatever, so you'll want this.
That's the only one that there is, too, right? Why you
exactly
get Ethan?
that.
You get Ethan to sign that too? That's like a $200.
It's not. No, it is
Oh, it is signed. Oh, come
in silver
on.
ink. In
Yeah,
silver ink.
you
But
should
now
get.
it's a sketch cover, so I got a sketch. Okay.
Oh my God.
Cyberfrog, Blood Honey. Okay. Ethan Van Sciver is an extreme. I would put him at the. I'm not going to call him a top tier comics artist. Like he's not in a Frank Miller auteur territory, but as far as like high end mainstream pencilers, he's up there. Green Lantern. Man, I first saw his work in New X-Men by Grant Morrison, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, it wasn't Frank Quitely, which was awesome. It was kind of a jarring switch, but it was good enough that it held up, it stacked up. The guy can draw, no doubt about it. This has been a character he's been drawing since he was a little kid.
Is it really?
Yeah. I mean, since he was a child with, with his brother, Noah Van Sciver, also accomplished cartoonist of a different ilk. Like the guy could draw. There's no doubt about it. He can draw mainstream comics. The writing.
Well, yeah, I mean, anybody who draws Green Lantern for a while can do mainstream books, right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Sexy chicks. It's not a pose, not a human pose per se. It's not a, but it's a good drawing. It's a pretty drawing. When we get into these crazy insects and these crazy hive stuff, it's kind of cool. So it starts off, it's sort of like playing off of the 90s story, which was sort of like, I don't know, he's a Deadpool, he's a wacky character, a lot of quips and stuff, which is always weird for me for an alien type character, but whatever. In 1998 is, I guess, when he had landed or was part of this, and we go back in 1998 because we know it's 1998 because Bill Clinton is here. And he's testifying in the Monica Lewinsky impeachment hearings. Just give us a little reminder of what was going on.
Sure.
You get it. You got it. The idea is, though, that the Cyberfrog, there's an attack from these cool wasp characters. They use human blood to make their honey. It's and the Cyberfrog fights them and attacks them and is thrown into suspended animation. And he wakes up at the end of the book in the now, and now it's Walking Dead. Now the book is Walking Dead. It went from 90s superhero into like Walking Dead. The Earth has been taken over by these honeybee wasp thingamajiggies. And, society is roving packs of humans hiding from them. And the Cyberfrog has now come to save humanity from Earth that has been plunged into this darkness.
How bad go back. How bad can society be, though, if the girls have clean laundry and can take showers? Because she spent some time. She spent some time in her hair too. That's really civilization.
Product is still available. Makeup is still available for sure, Larry. Come on, we're not animals.
Oh, anyway.
That's one of my biggest problems in movies sometimes.
Yeah,
is especially when I forget which movie it was. It was a Mission Impossible, I think. And Tom Cruise wakes up next to a girl who's this super beautiful. I forget which one. But she's wearing so much makeup, and it's like you had sex, you just woke up in the morning, and you're like, you are fully made up. I don't understand it.
You know what always gets me is Rene Rousseau in that virus movie. What was that called? Outbreak. Uh-huh. And she back then Rene Rousseau was just like top shelf movie actress, and she gets the virus that's killing everybody, like the COVID. And she's just got like this little sheen of sweat on her brow. Everybody else is turning into like pustules, and bile and stuff, and she's just like, "Is it hot in here? I think I have the outbreak." Oh my god!
And then you always go like, "Did she push back? Did her agent push back?" I'm like, "Let's make her sick, but not too sick." Like I know it's pandemic, but
what always gets me is the Vikings with white teeth. It's like. That
Good.
it's
I
like,
I never thought
oh,
about that. Knights too, like medieval knights and stuff. They should have messed
anybody
up
in
grills.
any period thing that has white teeth, just perfect white teeth,
Oh.
cracks me up. It's like, no, you're really a California waitress at the, that's you're not a girl from the distant past. Whatever.
Okay, so here's the thing. If this book came out like as a monthly comic and it came out in a month and I paid, I don't know, for this is a hefty package, a lot of pages, a lot of backup material, cyber foil cover, whatever. I wouldn't pay extra for that cover. But like if this was just a comic in today's market with what you pay for comics, I would be willing to maybe say $7.99 wouldn't be an unreasonable price. $7.99 is the most I might be willing to pay. And I don't know if I'm back for number 2. Although, trading cards. It came with 2. Let's open the trading cards. Maybe I got the hollow foil. If anybody wants to trade, I got I got the Cyberfrog and the Salamandroid rookies.
The rookie cards. You know me. I love the extra swag and I love the merch and stuff, but there's a point where it gets too slick. Like I was kind of even with them with the hollow cover, and then you show me the cards and the foil wrap packaging. There's a lot of infrastructure that goes into getting something like that.
No, I want to be fair. These are perks that they had to hit certain levels.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I get, what it's doing. I just don't think that adds any value that people think it does. You know what I mean? It's like,
I agree.
I don't know. At what point do you let the fun of having swag take over the work speaking for itself?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know.
A fine
line. And they put out he put out some pretty cool stuff. There's like an action figure of that Salamandroid thing. Like they did a whole PVC figure that looked pretty cool and stuff.
Yeah.
I could see into toys and games and tchotchkes and the like.
But that starts getting super slick. That's all.
Yeah, dude, and I'm not begrudging anybody who's into that. Like that's their entry into this hobby, if you will. But I don't view comics as a hobby so much as I view them as a form of entertainment and literature, I guess.
Yeah, a media stream. That's what it's another storytelling medium to me,
So the comics have to be there. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Like it's the comics, the thing itself. And for Cyberfrog, I'm going to give it a solid C+. It is above average.
Yeah.
The art is very good. If I waited a year for this thing, I don't know that I'm happy paying $50 or whatever I had to pay for it. But that's me.
Can I just say I remember that from the 90s and I walked by it. That's not my thing at all. Cyberfrog, right? I mean, I don't know.
It's okay. I'm not.
I was all about.
I don't want to be any mean to the guy. I was pretty mean to him in the interview. Kind of a little bit rude.
Oh,
in a way I'm not super proud of.
I gotcha. Yeah, emotions run high. That's the cool thing I love about comics and movies and TV and stuff. That people who like it really like it. Even professional sports, like in San Francisco during football season, you'd see fist fights all the time, and you never see that in our city. But people, when they enjoy their entertainment, they really enjoy it, and it means something. So, I can see where somebody would get mad at somebody